Hello everybody! Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. I'm Sho and I have a very special unboxing for everyone today. One that I'm very excited about. Well, actually I'm excited about all the unboxings that I do, but this one in particular is something a little bit different for me. As some of you might know, I'm generally a big vintage Coach fan, so I collect vintage Coach bags. I don't purchase a ton of the contemporary bags, but there is one that I've had my eye on for months and months now, and I saw that it was available and on sale from a company that I like, and I just pulled the trigger and decided to pick it up because it also comes in a color that I don't have any other bags in, so it just seemed like the kind of perfect blend of circumstances. Anyway, I hope that when I open the box, I'll be super happy about it. So what's interesting, or at least a little bit concerning to me, is that I ordered the Coach bag that I wanted from Zappos because, again, there was a really good price on it. And I've had fantastic experience with Zappos and shoes. I've never had any problems. If I have had an issue with the size or anything like that, they've been really responsive. They have phenomenal customer service. But you can probably see this one comes via Amazon. Now, I think that Zappos has a special deal with Amazon. I can't recall if any of the shoes that I've purchased have come in the Prime boxes before, but I'm hoping that that's the case. I haven't always had the best experience with Amazon Prime's packaging, which is why I'm kind of leery of what's going on inside of here. But we will see what happens. I've got my fingers crossed, and I have high hopes, so here goes. Whew. So you can see there is packing on the top. Okay, so it does come in, your standard Coach packaging whenever you order from the online store. You'll notice there's nothing on the bottom of the box, so also not particularly surprising of Amazon. But let's check and see. And from the size of it, I don't know if you can guess what it is. Let me get the box out of the way. Excuse me. And at least with all the packaging, it's very clear that it's not been a returned item or anything like that. But you can see it is... So you can see this is the Cassie 19, and it has that pewter hardware. So I don't have a light blue bag. I have none in any from any designer at all. The closest I probably have would be my vintage navy bags. So I really wanted to pick up something in a light blue color anyway. And I also generally am a gold girl. I don't wear a ton of silver, but I love this sort of gunmetal-y gray color. The pewter color is just really beautiful with the blue. And it just seems like such a nice combination, and I can wear it with a lot of stuff. Even though I tend to be a gold girl, And it also gives me an excuse to like pick up something in silver, earrings wise, which is always nice. And I've said before, I'm trying to downsize with bags. I'd always been a large bag kind of girl, and it's just one of those things today. I just want to be carrying a lot less with me outside of work bags, of course. So let me get these straps, and yes, I did say straps, unpacked. Now, by now, if you're familiar with the Cassie bags, specifically the Cassie 19, you know that one of the major perks is that this bag comes with 3 straps, which is super rare for most designer bags to have that many choices. And what I love about this is that you really change the look of the bag depending on which strap you use or how you orient the straps. I tend to be a crossbody girl these days simply because trying to be hands-free again, just trying to be safe and sanitary and everything like that. Oh wow, they've really done a very good job with getting all of the bits and pieces carefully secured. And I do love how it has the double loops so that you don't have an end that's just sort of like flapping around like crazy. And it just seems like a really nicely sized bag. And from what everyone's been saying, despite its smaller size, it still will hold quite a lot, which I do still need to some extent, just because even downsized, I carry a lot. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is what it is. So, oh, one more strap. I forgot about that. That it is attached. Oh, I love this. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. But if you can see, that pewter color, that really dark metal shade is so lovely. And like, even though it's sort of like a dark tone, like almost like a black, it goes well with neutrals, and I do wear a ton of neutrals. Okay, so retail, the Cassie 19 goes for $2.95, right? And that's, for what this bag is, a totally reasonable price, I feel, simply because it is a really beautiful piece. And it does come in this lovely pebbled leather. I am not usually a pebbled leather person. I love my smooth leather, full grains, but I just think the pebbled leather on this in particular looks really nice. And I just think it makes it look super classy in a way that I don't always find pebbled leather to be. Like, a lot of times I think that when you have that pebbled embossing on a material, it sort of looks more casual. Not bad, just a little more casual than I prefer. And I don't really think that that is the effect that this bag has at all. I think it looks very classy and very cute, but not in a little girl way, simply in a stylish and chic way. So with the Cassie 19, you get your top handle, and I'll do some mod shots after we kind of explore the bag. So you've got your top handle like this. you have this awesome, super chunky chain. This is my absolute favorite strap. I've been watching videos like a crazy person, and I absolutely love this. Whether it comes in that nickel or your brass or this pewter shade, this is my by far favorite strap. And it really is heavy, and I love that it gives this weighty, luxurious feel to it. And then finally, you have the crossbody. And of course, you can interchange the straps, put different straps on together. I think I'll probably wear it with the top handle and the chain together the most when I'm able to actively go out very often. For the most part now, I'll probably wear the crossbody strap just because I want to be hands-free. But once that time period is done, I definitely think it'll look great with the top handle and then the chain. So, oh, and I didn't mention, it does come with a dust bag, as do most Coach bags. All of the different pockets and compartments. It comes with my ever so important back slip pocket, which is actually pretty decent sized. I mean, it runs the entire width or length of the bag. Underneath your front flap, you have a first compartment, which can definitely fit a decent amount, like probably a card case at the very least, and any other like flatter items. You have the main compartment, which is quite spacious, and then so much stuffing. A final slip pocket in the very, very back that can probably hold, like, if you have like a pack of wet wipes or things like that, that are also, again, pretty flat. I especially think that if you have, say, a phone in the very back, you won't want anything too substantial in that back slip pocket because you don't want to stretch out the leather or anything, but you can still get this guy pretty full. Oh, and there's also still a zip pocket in there. So that's a lot more than I thought, to be honest. I didn't realize that there was a zip pocket in there in addition to everything else. So this guy, or girl, I guess, since she's Cassie, Cassie 19 fits so much stuff, or well, at least it looks like it does. And I'm really, really excited to be able to use her. And I love this color. I really can't get over it. Bluebell. I don't think I own anything in this shade at all. I mean, I don't even wear a ton of blue in blue clothing. But this is really, really lovely. If it's picking up well, it's a very, very pretty blue with some gray and maybe even lavender undertones. And it's just unusual, and I'm really excited to finally use it. Okay, so with that, I think we're going to go ahead and get into what will actually fit in this guy. Because I did want to sort of give some examples and see if the things that I'm currently carrying will actually fit inside, or if I'm going to have to change the configuration a little bit. And, you know, hopefully that'll help other people who carry the same kinds of things, and we'll see where they are in comparison, and hopefully that'll give you guys a good idea of what all you can get inside. Okay, so 1 second, let me get that ready to roll. Okay, so right now I'm carrying my vintage Coach station, and she's pretty packed full. She's a pretty narrow bag. Like I said, I've been trying really hard to downsize, but you can see she's definitely larger than the Cassie, or at least she seems larger than the Cassie. The Cassie is wider. If you'll look, she definitely has her on the width, so I might be able to get things going in here. Okay, so what do I have in my station bag? I have my card holder. I have my iPad mini. I have a large wristlet, and I just keep things like my little macaron pill case, lipstick, lip balm, a Tide pen. If you guys don't have Tide pens with you, this has saved my life so many times. Little compact mirror, things like that, just basics. Hair ties. I always have hair ties because my hair gets in my face constantly. It makes me nuts. Then band-aids, things like that. So your basic necessities. So I do like the large size very much simply because it lets me fit a little bit more. I'm nervous that it's not going to fit in this bag. So we'll see how that goes. I also carry my passport-sized Midori Traveler's Notebook. I jot down like little ideas or little thoughts about places I go. Right now I don't use it that much, but I always keep it on hand for notes. So that one's a pretty important one to me as well. My Scentbird perfume. I love this stuff. I think right now I have Nest's Indigo in there. I'm obsessed with Nest Indigo. It's my go-to fall scent. Really, really nice. My L'Occitane Lavender scented hand lotion. I love L'Occitane. I know there are tons of people who are not big fans, but it works really well for my really dry skin. I've tried others, and some of them work just okay. Some of them work just as well, but I don't like the scent as much. So this one I find works well for me, and I do love the smell of lavender, so I always have that. And now, especially since we're using more and more hand sanitizer, which brings me to my full-sized hand sanitizer. I'm hoping that this will fit okay in the Cassie 19. I do have smaller travel-sized versions, but I get so nervous when I leave because I leave for, work, and that's hours a day, and it makes me a little bit anxious not knowing if I'll be able to sanitize my hands anytime I want to. And I know that's just like a personal anxiety of mine. I'm sure I'd be fine with a smaller one, but if it makes you feel better, you should bring whatever you need to in these days. So I have a full-size hand sanitizer. I keep a regular wet wipes as well as a alcohol wet wipe with me just in case I need it for anything in particular. I'm filming on my phone, so I couldn't put my actual cell in my bag for an example, but I just happen to have my Ancient Galaxy Note 4, and it's just about the same size as my Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, so it's millimeters different, so it should give us a good idea as to whether or not it'll comfortably fit in the back pocket of this guy. I haven't tried it yet. Again, reactions will be real time and totally honest. In the front pocket of my station, I keep my Designers Guild coin purse. I've had this thing since college, and I graduated in 2004, so this has been around for years and years, and it still works really well. I love it. I got it when I was working at the school's British Art Center, and we got a really good discount in the gift shop, so I picked this up at that time, and I've loved it ever since. My keys. I always keep a pen with me. This one is the freebie they gave you with when you purchase Hobonichi planners, and it's really great. It's an uni multi color pen, and it has black, blue, and red. My preferred pen is Pilot's Coletto with the 3 colors, but this one works really, really well, and I just always have it on hand. And it also doesn't, it wouldn't kill me to accidentally lose this one, which is why it travels with me a lot. And then finally, I always keep a snack of some kind. I have issues with low blood sugar, so I just try and keep something that has enough oomph to get me through an episode. I really like these right now. These Dang bars are really good. This one is lemon matcha. It's super duper tasty, and I like that a lot. So I have a little mountain of stuff, and we are going to see if it actually fit in my Cassie. I also have some alternative bags and pouches just in case things don't fit, and we'll see how that goes. So, most important, I want to see how this cell phone is going to go in the back. It does fit. It's a little bit snug, but it slides in and out well. My phone, like I said, is only a few millimeters larger, so, and it is thinner too. My phone is thinner than this, so I think I'll be okay. Let's see about the orientation of this other stuff. As I mentioned, this cosmetics pouch and miscellaneous pouch is going to be the most important thing to me. It does not fit. That's a bummer. So I'm going to try and transfer these things to a smaller pouch. This one was the large wristlet. This one is a corner wristlet. This is actually an old one that I've had for years that I really like. It's with Coach's coated canvas. I love the color, and the lining is really soft. We'll see. It does have this little slip pocket in the back that I was thinking maybe I can slip some of the extras that might be taking space inside to the out. Everything is out of the large wristlet now. Will the smaller wristlet close is the question. Oh, comfortably without any crazy bulging. I had to put my compact mirror, which by the way is a Harry Potter mirror, and then like the band-aids and other things in the outer pocket. But everything else fit inside really easily. So that was a bonus. And now this does fit inside. I've got my wipes, and I'll put those in the very back pocket. My full-sized hand sanitizer. It does fit. It seems a little bit snug. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Perfume. Card case in the front. Let's put the pen down. Card case. And then I don't think the Traveler's Notebook is ever going to fit in there. So that's a bit of a bummer. And also absolutely no to the iPad mini. That's just not going to happen. But the dang bar can fit. So that's good, just in case. And the keys. Keys also very important. So will these all fit? Okay, so everything else does fit. It's a little bit bulgy for my taste. I might try and reconfigure some things, but it does close. It is a little bit heavy, but not anything that I would be super worried about putting too much pressure on the sides or anything. let's see, if I did get rid of the full-sized hand sanitizer and switched out to something smaller, I definitely think that would help a lot. Yeah, taking out the full-sized hand sanitizer definitely pulls out some of the bulge. I think I might also consider taking out the coin purse. I almost never deal with coins, but I always keep like a couple of quarters and a couple of pennies and a couple of dimes, things like that, on hand just in case. I'm mainly a card girl, but you never know when you're going to need a little bit of change for the toll or whatever. So if I took that out as well, you do end up with a much less bulging bag. And it does feel lighter as well, so that's good too. So in the end, I could not fit comfortably these items. Coin purse, iPad mini, large wristlet, which we did replace with the corner zip wristlet, so it's not a loss, it's just a shift. The Midori Traveler's Notebook, and the full-sized hand sanitizer, which I'd swap out a mini, and the mini would absolutely fit in here. So a few things didn't quite work out perfectly, but for the most part, very, very happy. I won't have to be making too many major changes, and I hope that that information is helpful to you as well. Okay, so now that we've got that element out of the way, I'm going to do just a couple of mod shots, and then we will sign off and we'll be ready to say goodbye. Okay, so mod shots. Okay, with the top handle, you can see you've got a pretty good size drop that will very easily slip into the crook of your elbow or the crook of your wrist, depending on how you prefer to carry it, or you can just do like a little hold like this. I never hold bags that way, but it definitely works. I still think it's most comfortable to hold it like in the crook of your elbow though. It's even filled, very comfortable as far as the weight goes. I don't think it's going to make your arm tired at all. And I've carried heavy bags, but this is very much not overly bulky or anything like that. So 100% you can carry it through the top handle. Now, I've seen quite a few people carry it with a combination of the top handle and the chain, which actually I think looks very, very, very smart. And I like the overall effect very much. So they carry it in the crook and they let the chain dangle. And I do think that looks really cool. Like just kind of different, you know? And it doesn't make the hardware super bulky or anything, because that had been a big concern of mine. I was like, I don't want it to overload or anything, but it really doesn't. And it also doesn't add that much weight. As heavy as that fantastic chain is, does not add that much weight to it. So you can do that and carry it as a double. And I guess you can just switch it whenever you feel like it. I don't know how I feel about the handle falling in front, but it is what it is, I guess. So you have that combination, and then you also just have the chain strap, which I love. And it fits really nicely, I think, right under your arm. It's not tight at all. There's definitely plenty of drop room. And it's just really comfy. I think that I'll probably like carrying it this way a lot. You can carry it kind of clutch-like in a way if you want to take the weight off of your shoulder, but the chain doesn't really cut into anything. I am wearing a ludicrously thick sweater, so that's probably a little bit of the reason why I can't feel anything on my shoulder, but I think even with a light sweater or a light t-shirt, you wouldn't feel anything. And it's just really cute. This chain really is what made me want to buy this bag. I was like, I need this in my life. And then, of course, your last option is the crossbody strap. And again, I think in today's day and age, I'll probably be making the most use of that, at least for right now. With the crossbody strap, super, super comfortable, not at all too heavy. It doesn't cut into your shoulder. I'm about 5'3", and it falls really comfortably at my hip. I actually a lot of times like bags a little bit higher, but this works totally fine, and you can easily maneuver so you can open it and get to things without being overly handsy with anything, which is exactly what I wanted. So I am overall really, really happy, and I love that it does come with that second loop so that it doesn't get all floppy like some bags do. So yeah, those are just a couple of the options that you've got. I know, like I said before, some people put all 3 straps on at once. I think for me, it gets a little too, what's the word? Just too busy along the hardware when you have all 3 straps, but they clearly fit. So if that's more your thing, feel free, but it does 100% work very comfortably with both the top handle and the chain. So if you do want to have options, I would say 2 is probably the most attractive looking on the hardware if you want to do more than one, but to each their own. So yeah, I hope those mod shots helped. So thank you so much for joining me for this Cassie 19 unboxing today. I am so excited to have her and to add her to my collection. I cannot wait to be able to carry her around with me, and I hope that this video was entertaining for you and hopefully a little bit useful. If you're someone who's been kind of on the fence about the bag in general, I hope that you can be able to see all the stuff that you really can fill in here, especially coming from someone who considers herself quite a pack rat. I hope that the mod shots sort of gave you a good idea of, you know, different options with the straps and whatnot. And I also hope that it was just a fun way to spend a little bit of time. I know I had a lot of fun making it anyway. If you did have a good time with me today, please do consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions about this bag or any bag that I've had videos of before, or any vintage bags in general, please do comment there as well. I love chatting about stuff like this. It's really part of the fun of my day. So, like I said, please do comment. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and hope everybody has a great day. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye.